Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is the October 2023 reading for Cancer. And before I hit record today, I went ahead and meditated on these cards, and I did so today using the crystal Labradorite. Give you a little shot of that. It's a very cool blue-green striated sort of iridescent stone. And it's very good for transitional, transformative energy, also very good for divination and scrying. So I thought it would be a particularly good one to use this month because we have the harvest moon coming up, and that is going to be a time of transformation, bringing in the harvest, things kind of coming to a nice close and finishing up and giving you the fruits of your labors, things like that. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of insight on what's going on for you this month with all of that. All right, Cancer, I'm going to pick out 10 cards. We're going to be doing a Celtic cross spread today. And please remember that this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave what does not. And hopefully some of the stuff we talk about today does resonate with you, and if it does, please feel free to like, subscribe, maybe let me know what resonated in the comments below, all that good stuff. All right, and the last one. There she was, okay. So let's take a look. And I am using the Golden Tarot deck, if you're wondering what tarot deck this is. It is one of my personal favorites. Okie dokie, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so, and I do not read reversals, just so you know. Everything is upright for me in the world of tarot. I think it's telling a little story, so they're all upright. Okay, there we go. So it looks like you've got some, we talk about transformative energy, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune right here as your main source of energy or your main indicator card here. And this is really you and your immediate circumstances that you're dealing with and whatever it is that that may present itself to you in October this year. It looks like the Wheel of Fortune is all about fate coming to its rightful place. So like you being in the right place at the right time. It could be that you are feeling a lot of that kind of energy of fatalistic energy. If you're feeling very much so like you're kind of in the right vibration, you're in the right flow. If you're feeling that a lot recently, maybe that's what this is talking about. You are crossed by Temperance. Temperance is about balance. It's about keeping things in the flow. It's about making sure that everything is kind of working the way it should be, working in tandem. And it looks like maybe you are dealing with a situation where your circumstances are coming together in a way that's finalizing, I guess, that they are coming to a conclusion to some degree, or they're ending and a new thing might be beginning, but you are just trying to keep everything calm, and you are trying to keep everything happy in the midst of all of this. It looks like you are in a spiritual power place. The High Priestess is kind of what you're bringing to the table, also what you're aware of in this situation, and you might be coming to this with a lot of spiritual fortitude, but also a lot of like knowledge spiritually. You might be coming to this situation with some sort of background in theology or something like that that might have an actual physical, like tangible effect on your circumstance. You might be able to bring that sort of religious, spiritual aspect to whatever this coming together is, whatever this ending of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle, whatever this coming into the lines of fate thing is. It seems like maybe you are either using your own strength of spirit, and you're using your own religious energy or spiritual energy to kind of guide your way. through that situation. The high priestess I do see is a little bit more structured. So this might be like religion more than just spirituality, something that's a little bit like a practice that you're doing that will help guide you through this experience and help you to balance everything out. I think that you may have something like that, or you may be wanting to do something like, or aware that it is good to do something like that, and thinking about putting that in place. It looks like you have a lot of emotional support coming to you, whether that's from your family, from your friends, from your coworkers, or from spirit, which this usually the aces indicate an initial offering from spirit, right? From the universe. It's coming down to you with this gift, like here's the cup, right? And the cup is emotional fulfillment. The cup is financial fulfillment. It's ease. It's just feeling good. It's feeling that oneness, that wholeness, that my cup overfloweth, right? That's the Ace of Cups. So it kind of feels to me like you have a lot of abundance in your back pocket for this, what I am starting to see as maybe a personal spiritual journey that you're taking, or just a feeling of being in completion, a feeling of being in your circumstances in the right place at the right time, being in the right situation, being in the right timeline, essentially, for yourself, but feeling that, or at least wanting to get there, maybe trying to figure out how you're going to get there. But it looks like you have a lot of emotional support. It looks like you have spiritual support coming to you, and maybe even like a friend may offer you a class to go to, or may offer you a book to read or something. Like this could be an offering from someone, this Ace of Cups, it's handing you this cup, and it could be that this person is handing you some sort of new book, again, like something that's going to give you some information, something that's going to help you through this experience. I feel that you've got spiritually and familially and within your friends a lot of support. It looks like you've recently left something behind as well. Speaking of the cups, so you have the Eight of Cups. This is a card of leaving behind things. You see this person is, they're turning around, they're walking away. They're not agitated, they're not anxious. This isn't a war that they're fleeing. This is just offerings that they're deciding to leave behind. Perhaps they've left these offerings intentionally. Perhaps these offerings are ones that they had received and they've chosen to say, no, thank you. I don't really want these cups. And maybe you had some dark night of the soul, perhaps, where you had to go through some difficult times and you had to let go of some things and say, these things are better left behind, even though I might enjoy them, even though they may give me some level of emotional fulfillment. I'm going to have to say thank you, no thank you to those things. And I'm going to have to move forward into something else and just move beyond that. And it looks like in doing so, you have created some pretty juicy stuff, because the Ten of Cups, which is what we have here in your near future, booyah, right? Fantastic. Ten of Cups is absolute emotional, familial fulfillment. It's joy. I mean, the cups are all about emotional, overwhelming feelings of joy, really. Like the feeling of being fulfilled, of just having everything you need. It's not just money. It's also the love of your family. It's also security. It's all of those things. It's a completion in a journey. It's the end of a cycle. It's the end of a journey that you've been walking towards. And it looks like it's really solid. So I would say that, I mean, at least looking at this, you are working towards some kind of personal spiritual coming together, or you feel like you're there now and you're trying to better dig into that and get more out of that through some kind of practice. It looks like that might be happening this month for you. And it looks like a lot of family support throughout this as well. I'm feeling that for sure. I mean, I feel like, especially having the Ten of Cups here too, and I was really feeling that with the Ace of Cups as well. I just feel like you're going to have a lot of help with your tribe on this journey that you feel like you're taking. At least at this, I mean, journey is, I don't know that journey is the right word, because I don't know that I don't think you're going anywhere. I don't think it's about even like the beginning of something. It's more the end of something, this completion. I guess that's the better word for it, this completion that you're in the midst of. The Eight of Wands, this is, so this side of the Celtic cross spread, let me just clarify this. I like to use this as the spiritual side of things. It's more like those things unseen and those things seen, the material and the spiritual. That's kind of how I look at the two sets of cards through the deck, or through this particular spread. So this is more like what's actually like tangibly happening and we're seeing happen and all that. This is more what's going on behind the scenes. So the Eight of Wands, and this is you. This is kind of like akin to this card in this side of the deck, but this is more talking about your manifestation. The Eight of Wands to me is specifically a card of manifesting the things you want, turning them into reality. It is a card of speed. It is a fast-moving card. It is a card of balance, but it is a card of creation. And I believe that the Eight of Wands really is about finding your ability to turn those thoughts into things. And so you are maybe in a moment where you feel like you're doing that, and that you're getting messages, like you could be receiving information, whether it be from other people, or a spiritual, guide, or from the divine. You just seem to be getting a lot of communication spiritually, and that is heading towards manifesting these things that you're trying to create here. The Page of Coins, this is your, this is your family surrounding you. This is the emotional and spiritual aspects surrounding you. The Page of Coins this is talking about bringing in new ideas for security, bringing in fresh ideas on how to maybe bring new ventures into your situation. I'm actually gonna get a clarifier on that one, because how that sits in, I could see that as you getting new ideas, fresh takes, or possibly just you having the financial backing to take some time and do these things that you would like to do. It could be as simple as that, but I'm not really sure what it's trying to communicate with that specifically. Let me just this. Okay, the Six of Coins. So actually, yeah, pretty much exactly what I said, and clarified it beautifully. So yes, this is financial support. This is somebody being generous enough to give you the means to do the things that you want to do. Giving you, whether that's the time to do the thing you want to do, like say you've got kids and it's your mom offering to babysit. It could be something like that. Or it could be someone willing to invest in a business if that's what this is all about. And this is about trying to, decide your circumstance in that spiritually, like how you're going to handle that or whatever. I just feel like you've got a lot of backing specifically on the material, in the material way, from your energies surrounding you. The Six of Cups. So this is in the hopes and fears area. This is like a card of things coming back to you. This is a card of a lot of times old flames or old messages from old friends coming back to you. But I also see this as a card of nostalgia. So to me, this might even be a matter of being concerned that your previous mistakes are going to inform your current situation, or that you've done this before and it hasn't worked out, or a feeling of but it also could be more in a positive, like a more the hope side of things. It could be a return to your innocence, like hoping for a return to an easier time or a lighter time when things were more simple for you spiritually, when it was a more straightforward spiritual experience, but it was more during your childhood. Or maybe that kind of like youthful connection to your spiritual experience that you maybe had when you were a kid, like going to church for the first time when you're young and seeing, the big cathedral and all the stained glass and all that kind of simple spiritual awe. I think maybe that's what this is trying to say, that you are hopeful that that is what's going to be coming into your situation. But at the same time, perhaps prior issues with these things about fundamental, differences in opinion and things like that, you perhaps have negative connotations from your youth also. on the other side, to the flip side of that, as a fear of that, it might be making you hesitant to take up some new kind of practice, because you've seen these things in the past either be ineffectual or perhaps hypocritical or something like that. And it seems like the end of this is giving me that you are going to make of this what you choose. I mean, I hate to be so vague. I mean, let's be real though, the Seven of Cups is a vague card. I mean, vague insofar as it's just about choices. The Seven of Cups is all about choices. 7 is a divine number, so I think this is about the divine choices, that you are choosing to go down some path that's going to force more spiritual creaminess in your life. I think a little bit more spiritual juice, a little more focus on that aspect of your life. But that is only it's gonna give you what you put into it. Depending on the kind of attitude you enter that with is what you're going to come out of it with. So the Seven of Cups is really about, like, what do you want? You're gonna get what you want, but be clear about what it is that you want. And it also could be choices as far as, like, there are just many choices out there. If you're looking to get into a new spiritual practice, perhaps, or looking to get into a church or something, or change denominations, there's lots of choices out there for those things, or nothing at all. I mean, it's just very, very many choices, and you have the power here. It's really it's up to you how you want to play it. But based on this card here, it really seems like it's good what you're doing. Like, it's very excellent that you have chosen to take these steps to try and do this improvement spiritually, because it's going to pay off in a way that's going to be, I think, tangible, both emotionally and possibly even financially, like within your lifestyle and everything as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of those Halloween Oracle cards to close everything up. And these ones I don't have memorized, I'm sorry. There are so many of these Oracle decks, but I do like this one because it's Halloween-y, so it's spooky. It's appropriate for the month. It's an interesting read, and I know, Cancers tend to be, you've got a spiritual and a bent to y'all for sure. So it doesn't totally surprise me that this would be your direction this month. And this being the harvest moon, this being the autumnal equinox, this is a good time. You might want to look into doing some, like, a moon thing, maybe go and do a moon ritual with the harvest moon coming up at the end of the month. Could give you dip your toes into that esoteric water, if you will. All right, let's see what we got. Synergy and Healing, the Cauldron. So for that one, just threw that right off the table. Excuse me. All right, the Cauldron. And I like Synergy and Healing. I like how that sounds. And it says, it indicates the importance of combining a variety of techniques or elements to get the best results. Well, you don't say. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. I think that's interesting, having all these choices at the end here, that's what this is talking about. Refuse to choose just a single rigid pathway when a variety of ways are there to be enjoyed and experienced. You can find your own ways to create something new. The Cauldron is a deeply transformational tool. Things change once they are put under pressure. Resilience is being cultivated over time, and this means that you will be able to withstand any negative pressure much more healthily from the inside out. So very germane to the read, I think. This is very much to me saying, like, use the tools that you have. High Priestess, these are spiritual tools. That's what the High Priestess is, the keeper of the spiritual tools. Use the tools that you have and develop some new ones. Don't be afraid to pick and mix. Don't be afraid to take a little here, take a little there, do a little of your own thing, but just do what feels right for you. And if you follow your intuition and you do what feels like it works for you, it's going to give you that ending that you're hoping for. It's going to give you that happy ending, right? 10 of Cups. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated with you. Again, if it did, please feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want any more information on the stones used in today's reading or the decks used in today's reading, please take a look in the description box below. We will have that information there. Also, we do offer private readings, so if you'd like to inquire about those as well, that information can be found down in that description box too. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.